as I walked out in the streets of Laredo, as I walked out in Laredo one day, I spied a young cowboy all dressed in white linen, all dressed in white linen, as cold as the clay.
Hello again, Hawkeye here, and I'm glad you joined us for this episode. Today we're going to specialize or emphasize a certain cowboy who's known as the Arizona Cowboy. He was out of Willcox, Arizona. He's born about 40 miles north of Willcox, Arizona. But we'll get to him in just a minute, but I wanted to tell you a little bit of how I got interested in these old vintage westerns. When I was a boy growing up, there was a drugstore about 1.5 miles or 2 miles from our house there in Roxboro, North Carolina. And we'd walk up there sometime and I'd see some of these old comics set out in their magazine section, and so I began to take a liking to them. Whenever I'd get a dime, you know, it cost a dime back in those days, and I'd get one or two. Then when our family moved to Durham for a while, my dad worked for a milk company, Long Meadow Dairy Company. We'd get some dimes, some money to ride uptown in Durham to a place called section called 5 Points there in Durham, and we'd walk up the street to Rialto Theater, and we'd see some of these Western movies. Sometimes we'd see two with a serial in between, and once in a while they'd have one of these Western stars to show up at the theater. And one time we met Don Redberry. If you remember Don Redberry, he was in Red Ryder serial, which was a very exciting action serial. Of course, he went on to make some movies himself under the name Don Redberry. But anyway, today I wanted to concentrate on Rex Allen, Rex L.V. Allen, born in 1920, died in 1999. He's known as the last of the singing cowboys, but he was a real cowboy. He was, of course, born on the ranch, and he knew horses and cattle, and he was a good rider. In fact, he had success in the rodeo for a while, and success in the rodeo, and also his family was musical, and he got on the radio and was singing on the radio, and then he was able to get a screen test. Republic gave him a screen test somewhere around 1949 or 1950, and took him on as one of their Western stars. And he made 19 Westerns from 1950 to 1954. He also made some records. He had a great voice. He had a 3-octave range, from what I've been able to read, in his voice. And of course, he narrated quite a few things for folks like Walt Disney and various other films. But I wanted to show you today a little bit about some of the comics. Now we want to get into some of these good old comics. Rex Allen, I'll start off first. Here's one where he appeared on the cover. He's not on the inside, but it's called Western Hearts, put out by the Standard Company, and it also has a ad on the back for Hopalong Cassidy and some of his products. But that's one of his appearances, not in his regular series. Rex Allen, very nice comic. And then here's actually the #1 comic in the Rex Allen comic series, and it's number 316, and that's the very first one in a series of about 30, I believe he had. And he starred in that. Very nice cover on the front and back, and on the inside front page and the inside of the back page. it shows Rex Allen, usually on Koko. So they're very nice comics. If you can find any, pick some up. I don't think they're as expensive as some of the ones earlier, but they're very nice. Many of them are in mint shape. Here's number 2 in that series, and here's the back cover. And as I say, it shows him on Koko doing various activities. And here's number 3. This is very colorful. He was always colorful in his outfits. He was a real cowboy, by the way, a real rancher. And on the back, again, we have him and Koko. Very nice issue of that comic. And here's number 4. No, I'm sorry, number 5. And this is almost mint condition, this one is. And here he is, he's taught Koko how to shake hands. So those are very nice comics, I think. And one thing I wanted to show you was when Rex Allen first came into the movies in 1950, he was introduced by Roy Rogers. And there's and like I say, I started out mentioning a mystery, and I want to close out in a minute just by mentioning this mystery. It's there is a movie clip, just a few minutes, where he introduces Rex Allen right before, and it probably is Arizona Cowboy, Rex's first picture, but it's a very rare clip. I haven't been able to find it on YouTube, and if you look carefully, maybe you can find it. You can solve the mystery of where it is. But, and I'll show you this. I was able to get an autograph. Rex Allen at the Knoxville, either in 1990 or in 1988, when I got his autograph. This is the original. I made some copies of it, but that's the original. And if you get a chance to pick up some of these really nice Rex Allen comics, go ahead and take advantage of that opportunity. This is number 16, and I'd say it's in mint shape also. But think about that mystery I mentioned, and meanwhile, think about his sidekicks that he had, Buddy Ebsen and Slim Pickens. They were involved in the movie. And by the way, Glenn Strange, who played Butch Cavendish in the first Lone Ranger program, and also Sam the bartender in Gunsmoke, is a cousin of Rex Allen. But here's another mint copy of Rex Allen's comic book. But I'll leave you with these words. You know, a good name is rather to be chosen than great riches. And Rex Allen certainly has a good name. He had a good image on the screen and in real life too. So give me a like, if you will.
Right in Arizona, right in whirlwind. Say, what in the world's holding you on, fool?